Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism, and this refugee video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. And this is Anonymous from The Narcissist Dies from Karma Overload. And here's his story. Been watching you for a long time now and sent a few stories to you, and now the latest. Again, thanks for everything you have done for those who have followed your channel. As you know, the primary narcal in my mother died last year. I sent you a story at the time and promised you a follow-up. She's still dead. I am thankful for every day that she is still dead. A day does not go by that I don't hope she is being horsewhipped and that I don't hope she's being horsewhipped in hell. I've thought about this, about them being in hell and all. And sometimes I think, like the old Sam Kinison bit, if you've been married twice and you go to hell, the devil comes at you, like trying to scare you, like, "Rrr." It's like, oh wait, you were married? Like, shit, no, I'm sorry, nobody told me. And then you're walking around with the devil, he's like, I'll show you around anyway. It's like, oh, you were married twice? You need a job down here? Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like almost your mother, my mother, are basically got jobs down there in hell. They're basically human resources. They're basically running human resources in hell. Because I'm sure Lucifer got some of his best torments the last 100 years off of people like our mothers. He'd have killed them sooner, but he's been like, God damn, I'd kill him sooner. But these two, they figure out better torments than I could think of. They think this shit up in 10 seconds of stuff I couldn't come up with in a millennia. Unfortunately, she's probably not getting horsewhipped in hell, which is probably running human resources. I never knew the source of my rage until I discovered what narcissism was. This has been about a decade ago now. While I was searching for what happened to me during my marriage to the other class act narc, another fucking bitch that behaved in much the same way as my egg donor. Well, usually end up marrying something pretty similar. Going from the frying pan into the fire explains what I did from going from my family of origin to being manipulated, lied about, lied to, gaslighted, emotionally abused, financially abused, my name being smeared, and all around sucking the life out of me for decades. Well, pretty much like a succubus. Slavery called marriage to a nasty little bitch. You know most of the story. But today, this is about the first narc I met in my life, the one that set up the environment for me to be derailed year after year and not knowing why. That kind of abuse sets up a mindset for more abuse. Anyway, I got the call early one morning from one of my siblings. They're such kind souls participating in the same destructive behavior that the other feminarchs participate in. As a matter of fact, all of them are narcs and all of them are female. Every last abusive twat, a woman. So needless to say, this wasn't going to be easy. I'm all for no contact or low contact if needed. But there was a sizable inheritance coming my way and I was going to be goddamned if I let it go. But I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry. But I'm going to tell you, and those listening, a quarter million almost wasn't worth it. The transactions, the having to be in the proximity to the most emotionally and physically violent feminarchs hell has produced, and you're going after a will. So you're going after you're basically going after money hungry. You're competing with a bunch of money hungry borderlines over a will. These twats, along with the boomer asswipe she was married to, was almost unbearable. But I am armed with a few years of experience and knowledge. It is difficult to be around people who have lied their asses off about you to each other and other people you might have known. It is their MO. One of them has drained her fifth husband's retirement twice to buy extravagant and expensive furniture to the tune of $5,000 or $10,000 for a bed or a couch. He works construction and can't afford these things, but he's a beta male and just goes with it. So I guess he gets what he deserves. The other sits in the dark and swills generic beer and smokes cigarettes while watching Inside Edition. She barely knows how to work the internet. Mind you, these are people that shit all over everything I have done and repeatedly stab me in the back and at any and every opportunity. Am I bragging when I say I've been more places, done more things, and accomplished more than all of them put together? Yes, fine, and I don't give a fuck what they think or if someone or anyone would think less of me for stating the obvious. Anyone that counts wouldn't listen to their shit anyway. So as I said, it was not easy. Well, that's a perfect state. Anybody who really matters doesn't listen to them anyway because their value becomes real apparent real quick as they get older. So as I said, it was not easy. I honestly didn't care too much for the belongings that I thought I wanted years before. So I told him I really didn't care. But as narcs go, anything they think you don't want, you get. So I ended up with the stuff that I wanted. Not that it's even important. It's not. But it's weird. That's just how these morons work. Even things they wanted and fought for, if I said I didn't want it, guess what? I got it. Fine, throw it in the back of the truck with the other shit. Take it home. Yeah, I'll take it home. Yeah. Sometimes you can outsmart them sometimes by acting like, doing an old rope-a-dope on them. Well, I don't really want it. But again, even to do that is just taxing on you emotionally, on you physically, around just having to be around these fucking women like this, being around this toxicity. And really the person you really should have been going after is the husband there. It's like, what's your problem, dude? Like, you got a set of balls? Or she don't let him out of her purse? I guess what I'm saying is, if you really don't care or appear to not care, the narcs have less power over you. Yeah, I've been saying that. I mean, isn't that the antithesis of what no contact is? It's just depriving them, being the I don't care or no contact. I mean, that's what no contact is. It's like, I don't care. I don't care to be around you. I don't care to listen to you. I don't care to talk to you. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your fucking problems. I don't care about your things. And when you have, I don't care. See, this is one of those rare occasions where I don't care actually turned into financial benefit through a will. Congratulations, you're like the 1 or 2% that it actually works out for. The real I don't care, okay, is when you're no contact with these people, and then they start eating each other and they turn on each other. That's the real I don't care. Because you still had to deal with them to get any of this. And I think you said by your own words, it wasn't even worth the $250K. I guess what I'm saying is, if you really don't care or appear not to care, then the narcs have less power over you. This group is sick to the core, every goddamn one of them. The time and distance has shown in the end that I'm not the one that is crazy or evil. It really was them. And yes, all of them the whole time. Let them have their incestuous orgy of hate toward each other. That's where the no contact comes. That's why getting out there, it's what's going to happen. They're going to turn on each other. You know, here's the thing. You basically got $250,000. You took $250,000, okay, for them not to completely destroy each other. Let's just say you had stayed out of it completely. You had abandoned it all and stayed out of it completely. Can you imagine? Could you have imagined what would have happened if you weren't there to be the I don't care guy and kind of be the balance to all of that? They would have torn each other apart and nobody probably would have gotten a cent. Maybe that would have been better off. You'd have been done with them all. They'd have destroyed each other. Let them have their incestuous hate orgy of hate toward each other. The backstabbing, the gossiping, as old age takes their mediocre looks and wrings it out so they all look like used dish towels. Fucking whores have what's coming to them, to follow their leader to hell where she and they belong. Well, she'll just be her assistants. Be careful, they just might end up being tour guides. I'll tell you, it was almost not worth it. That toxic environment will throw you back into old ways fast. But I weathered and got out. Yeah, I took the money. It was mine. It was really hard. And I really don't suggest going back into the fire for an inheritance. The only reason why that dead bitch left me in the will was to not look bad to others. She knew that I knew what she had done to me over and over again. She knew why I tried to go no contact as she cohorted with my enemies. She knew all of it. 18 months prior to her death, she called me and told me about some part of her will. I really didn't understand at the time. That I would know when she was gone. It had to do with money she had lent from many, many years before. Never mind all the work I did for her, the family that totaled too much more than that amount. But anyway, it was a cryptic message. I forgot about it until she went to hell. Knowing that I knew and knowing that I would never again let her manipulate me, she stopped eating. She began to act like she was sick. She wasn't initially. But as she continued to tell people she was worried about me, translate, he knows the truth. She knew she wouldn't win. Never again would I put up with her shit. Her feeding my enemies information, smearing my name, saying I was crazy, etc. She knew that was all lies. And instead of setting it right, she'd rather have died. And she did. I say good riddance. And thanks for the money, bitch. Anonymous. Well, would that money have been better spent watching the other ones completely destroy each other fighting over it? I don't know. That's a choice you have to make. I mean, because, I know your story. I know it pretty well. I mean, your mother and your son. This sounds harsh. I know this person's personal story. I know what his mother did. I know what his sisters were up to. He's not overstating it with these women. And I'm telling you, okay, be careful. Be careful, because these narcissists could be human resources in hell. Somebody's got to run the demons. You know, Satan can't do it all. He's got to have a staff. He's got to have a staff. So I hope that helps. Thank you again for another contribution in Story Anonymous. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, phone call, have a private video made, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care.